Well, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from Classy Climb Blog. As you can see, the top is off today. I was riding around, just riding around with the top off, honestly, getting some other stuff done. Got done earlier, following up with SOPs with my team. But here's the thing I said, let me stop. I'm gonna make this video because it's important. So, if you could, drop your city and state in the comments. And here we go. All right, so listen. I'm gonna start this off. Title of the show: 5 questions to help you make $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Now, I thought about going all crazy and going make $1 million, but I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be reasonable. Start you off right. Now, these are the 5 questions. The other businesses we're gonna talk about are e-commerce, online services, offline services, real estate. We're gonna talk about YouTube, consulting, credit/funding. We're gonna hit you up. We got you. It's like a free course. Enjoy it. Now, I know folks already told me that the other show I had put up disappeared from the internets. So for those of you who missed the live the other day, it's just missed. It's just gone. Skynet rules this place. They decide what they want to do with the content. So if you're here watching, good luck. All right. Take notes because it may disappear too. All right. Top 5 questions. How do you communicate? Who do you communicate to? What will you provide them? What cost? And how to follow up. Now, I know you're thinking I'm going to give you these super sexy questions. But again, it's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb Blog, author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the Palm of Your Hand. And I got to give you the system so I can help you do what you got to do, right? So first things first. How will you communicate? Right? Are you going to be using YouTube? Are you going to be using a website? Are you going to be blogging? Are you going to be YouTube? Are you going to be offline? Are you going to have a food truck? How are you going to communicate? This is very important. That's top number 1 question, because really the mastery comes out of one platform and you can trickle onto the others. Just being honest, my opinion, but also a lot of people have researched this. 2, who do you communicate to? Who is your audience? Who are you trying to sell to? Who are you trying to build up as your tribe? Listen, Beyonce's not stupid. Her tribe had spoken. She had done all these dancing songs, poppy songs, crossover songs. But all of a sudden, she's at Coachella, bringing out the HBCU band and giving what? Red meat to her tribe of sassy ladies who love beats. Okay? So who are you communicating to? Do you know? Do you have a clue? All right. Hey, what's up, Sanford? I'm in North Carolina for the week. Well, not totally the week. I'll be back in Texas pretty soon here. All right. What will you provide them? Are you sharing your knowledge? People love a Robin Hood story where you triumphed and made money, and now you're coming back to the hood, baby, to give the hood all this knowledge. These people that worked at Apple and Google and all these places, all of a sudden they like, man, I quit Google and Apple and I'm gonna give you this Apple and Google knowledge. Look at all these tech channels with these tech guys getting these tech jobs and saying, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you all the tech interview questions to help you do what? Get the job. So what will you be providing them? Is it knowledge? Is it a way for them to win too? What will you be providing them? All right, number 4, what's the cost? Now, we've all seen the sheet on the internet where how to make $1 million in a year. Sell, what is it? 200 people at $10,000 or something like that. What are my numbers? We've all seen the sheet. If you're in the comments, help me out here, right? So when it talks about how to make $1 million a year, it always has these numbers. You're going to sell 25,000 people at $400 or something, or $40 or something to that effect. But anybody in the comments, if you know what I'm talking about, the chart that's always out there, for sure, post it up. Number 5, how to follow up. One of the biggest questions you have to ask is, somebody might not buy the first time they meet you. They're like, who is this crazy girl with all this big hair in the car with the roof off? I don't know if I'm going to buy from her today. I'm going to research. Well, how will you follow up with them? How will they know where to come back and find you at? Where will they know to find these opportunities to buy courses and sell from you? Now, I put out a YouTube ad. Hold on. It was like no one over here. Now there's like 7,000 people wanting to come over here. Okay? Um, so first of all, you go, I did a YouTube ad and we didn't finish out the funnel right. So now I come on here. I know I bring the crowds. I come on here on Facebook the other day and I've got 120 messages of people like, I want more information. Oh, they knows. I want more information. And I go, what is going on? All these messages. Somewhere in the funnel when we made the ad, it did not put in there the link where they could just go fill out their email and go straight to the landing page. So now we have all these questions coming into my Facebook Messenger from where the ads team didn't complete the ad correctly. So now what do I have to do? Individually follow up with all these people. But what did I tell you guys in the Facebook group? That Facebook is cracking down on links. They're cracking down on you sending links. They're cracking down on you sharing links. Why? Because they know people, hundreds of people a day, go on Facebook and share links all day long and make a ton of money. This is part of why next year, maybe like February, March, I'll probably drop when I come back, I'll probably drop the Facebook group course. And you guys can keep that. Because honestly, there's a ton of money being made in Facebook groups. And the more people I'm communicating with, the more masterminds I'm going with. I was like, what do you do? And they're like, he's like, oh, I run 5 Facebook groups. And I was like, what? So then he starts showing me all the things he's doing, how he's making money from these Facebook groups. It's amazing. Facebook knows a link will pull them off the platform. Exactly. It's what YouTube's been crying about for years. Pulling people off the platform. So the questions again, if you're just coming in, are how will you communicate? Who do you communicate to? What will you provide them? Like an exchange. What's the cost? And how to follow up. Now, we're going to break it down into different investments. Now, number one, I'm going to say it. Number one, I'm going to say it. YouTube. I know people are like, oh man, Erica, here she come with that YouTube. When I first saw the Homestead channel, where this guy who owns an antique shop is dressing up like the 1700s and is literally sending millions of dollars of traffic and sales to his shop in, I think, Connecticut somewhere. I will never go to his shop in Connecticut physically. I'll never be there. But because I saw his YouTube channel and I seen his links, and his family now knows how to take great angle pictures of all the old cast iron skillets, antique crap they keep finding. You can buy the antique stuff off his website. And where's the website traffic coming from? Millions of eyes. YouTube. He literally, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The dude literally dresses like the 1700s pilgrim every video without fail. You know, he'd be that guy whose dad, you'd be like, Dad, please stop. And it's selling millions of dollars. You know, his wife had to be like, God almighty, right? And even his daughter is now in some of the videos they do dressed like the 1700s. I mean, it's crazy, right? So again, I'm going to say it again for those who listen. If you want to get in the YouTube course, it's still open. I recommend you jump in because I know what's going to happen. I'm leaving it open on purpose, but I know what's going to happen. A bunch of people are going to join in January, February. But guess what? February 19th, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to lock that button. And I'm going to raise the price because by then, the first group of people are going to have so much value. They're going to have so many results. There's people already doing testimonial videos. We're going to share those videos with you so you can see. Proof's in the pudding. Now listen, YouTube, SEO, money, you're exchanging services, knowledge, group events, marketing, conferences, affiliate marketing. I could go on, but you can literally do a quick Google of YouTube right now, how to start a YouTube channel, and see the hundreds of people talking about it. I'm just telling you, you know, get in early, know what you want to sell, know how you want to communicate with people. And people are like, well, I don't want to be too salesy in my videos. If I felt like I had a miracle elixir that changed my life, wouldn't I be, let's be honest. Let's do a little honesty here. When you go home to your family and let's say you lost 10 pounds, your family's like, oh my God, what have you done? You look good, girl. What are you drinking? What are you doing? What are you doing? And they're going to all ask you, they're going to repeatedly ask you at Thanksgiving, are you on drugs? What are you doing? You're going to start telling everybody, man, I've been drinking this turmeric. I've been drinking this lemon juice, maple syrup, diet. You know, like you do that naturally. Y'all go on Facebook every day naturally telling people 400 or 500 different things. I took the kids to McDonald's today. Okay, that's free marketing for McDonald's. Oh, I did this, or I washed my face with this product, or I did this. You're already a marketing machine and you don't even know it. You're already in sales for a company you don't even know, and they ain't even paying you. So when people sit here and go, I don't want to be salesy, Erica, you already are. I can go on y'all Facebook right now. Some of y'all like, we at Disneyland again. Look at my kids and all they Disneyland clothes. Look at my Gucci. Look at my this. I get my hair done over here. You're already marketing. All right. So again, there's a million ways to make money from that, but we'll talk about it. All right. So I started with YouTube. YouTube's always number one. Okay. Number two, credit and funding. Because think about it. Anytime you start any of these, it's a tribe. You're starting a tribe. Just true facts of it. All right. Yeah, I'm in Jeep Wrangler. I literally am marketing for what? A Jeep right now. Free advertising. Right? So credit and funding. I haven't done a credit and funding video other than the one I did a really great one last December, and you guys loved it. It did great. Great traffic, great everything. I did a video over O'Shea. We did like 300 sales with the guy I partnered with on the credit repair. Then I sold it. Anyway, long story short, I sold it. But to this day, every single day, I can go look in my YouTube comments and there's a whole thing I taught the class where you can go check comments you haven't seen or comments you haven't replied to yet. Every day I have hundreds of comments on old videos about what? Credit. Credit and funding is a whole niche, a whole tribe. And if you guys are on the email list, those people, I will send out an email, and it'll only be for some of you. It won't be for everybody. Do you want to try to get $50,000 to $100,000 in funding? Here's these people I'm working with. Here's who I partnered with. Other than just the funding course, because some people are going to go, oh man, I got to do it all myself. Yeah, that's the funding course, doing it yourself. Some people don't want to do it themselves, and that's fine. But even on the email list, I'm going to say, hey, I'm working with this group of guys. I'm working with that group of guys. If you want to partner with them, just tell them Erica sent you, whatever. We'll bring them on the show or something. Because what happens is a lot of people are like, oh, I need funding. But I go in groups every single day, and people have 100,000 credit cards, $150,000. They haven't even used it because they have no clue how to do it. They're like, I don't know what to do. I ain't even researched. So they spent all their brain power, all their energy, all their focus, and all their might researching getting funding and have no clue what they're going to invest in. Every day I see that. I promise you. Every day. Y'all think, oh, Erica, you being dramatic. I promise you, every day there's people like, can I just invest with you in the truck? Because I don't know what else to do with my money. And I go, honey, that makes me nervous because you need to be knowing what you're investing in. Okay? I don't want to just, I'm taking it. No, that's not going to work for me. All right, so what happens? Same thing when I bought Credit Irene on. She has a tribe. You go over her page, hundreds of comments a day asking about credit. I just saw under the credit video I did with her, somebody said, man, credit's confusing. Credit is one of the biggest important things in American society. Why America? Because in America, we use a lot of credit to leverage ourselves, 10x a business, 10x our lives, do a lot of stuff. But in other countries, homeboy, you got to get up, work your butt off, and whatever money you make from your working, you can use it to invest. That's it. I mean, y'all don't understand that there's whole programs created for foreign people to understand American credit systems. When I showed y'all that U.S. credit card guide website I showed you, that site was made for people from China, in Hong Kong. That was the original first language. They just converted it for it to have an English translation so that young grandchildren could help their grandparents and their older family members get credit in America. That's how great the system is. But y'all sitting out here, not, wait until tax time, making bad decisions. But again, you can create a whole tribe, a whole Facebook group, and literally go through that Facebook group. And I promise you, in the course, the people in the YouTube course know I've done multiple videos on it where I'm like, look at this Facebook group. It's got 600,000 people in it. And every day people asking the same exact question 10 times a day. What do? They put together an ebook. Hey, you want this ebook? Give me your email. Get the ebook. Boom. So now they got 600,000 emails. Now they're not all getting answered. You got to break those up into smaller lists. But that's for people in the YouTube course. They'll know more about that. Now, with that being said, 10% of any group, 10-20% of any group of any tribe is not going to want to do the work themselves. So out of that 600,000 credit people group, you're talking about 60,000 people, maybe. Like, let's do a smaller number. 50,000 people at any given time in that group of almost almost 1 million people are not going to want to do credit themselves. At any given time, that person in that group can say, listen, here's $300 to $500 credit repair services. I'll do it for you. Now, are they going to get all 50,000 people at one time to sign up? Of course not. But at some point, if they do, if they keep working that group as they do, they're going to make anywhere from $10 to $15 million off that Facebook group. And it comes from the disguise of them giving free information. Here, do it yourself. Here, DIY, do it yourself. Guess what? You're always going to have people who don't want to do it themselves. And those people in that Facebook group, the owners of that group, are going to make anywhere from about $10 million to $20 million. And if you don't have a pen and paper out right now writing this down, I promise you, you're just, it's all numbers. I mean, you guys are throwing it away. So, all right, consultant. I remember I rode in the car with Uber guy, and he said, I always hear the word consultant. Consultant just means I'm doing the work for a person. That's it. You guys are overvaluing the word consultant. Now, I'm in a military town right now. There are people out here who get out of the military, and guess what? They're a consultant. They work for Halliburton. They work for all these other companies. There are people that go in Washington, and they're consultants. Dame Dash right now is on like a podcast parade, which I love, because that's what Grant Cardone did earlier this summer to push his investment club. His investment fund, actually fund. He's SEC. And, he's going on this podcast saying, listen, think. You're going to work. You're unhappy. You don't get to see your kids. They're at a school system. They're unhappy. Something's not working. So you could do what? Free your time. Free yourself. Invest in a business. People are like, oh, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Because immediately these people have not been trained. They have not been programmed on that. If every day you come home and watch TV for 3 hours, what does TV mostly program you do? If you're a woman, or a man, but if you're a woman, you come home, you watch Hallmark Channel, you watch Lifetime Network. What is it programming in you do? Get married, have kids, move to a small town. Move to a small town. Now, I make a joke about Hallmark, but I swear Hallmark is the biggest propaganda of women going back and moving to a smaller town to marry these men I've ever seen in my life. Now, people are like, Erica, people ain't getting married. Listen, hear me out. Out towards the west, if you go anywhere past Kentucky over, a lot of smaller towns have huge men populations, very few women. They just do. The more you go west, I'm talking about Colorado, I'm talking about military bases, military towns. You go Killeen, it's more men than women. You go a lot of these places, more men than women in these the more you go west. People think that's crazy, except for when you hit Hollywood in California. That little part of California, more women, right? But everywhere else, it's more men. Oregon, Alaska, 3 men to 1 woman. It might be more balanced now. It might be 2 to 1. But again, what is Hallmark marketing you? Every day, move to a small town, girl, get married. Okay? And so I feel like Hallmark is propaganda for these small towns. And then I read the book Frugal Woods, where people are moving to small town just because it's cheaper. It's cheaper. They got $400 rent. They want to always own a coffee shop business. So now they open a little coffee shop business in the downtown. The place is $400 rent. They have the business. Then they're running an online marketing on Pinterest, Instagram, selling coffee and cups and mugs online. Why? Because people will look online and go, look at her in that small town, living her best life. Come on now. Sierra can cook. I moved from a big city and got married. I'm telling you, I know a man right now said he lived in Atlanta, couldn't find a wife, moved back to North Carolina, found a wife. I'm not joking. He was in Atlanta. It's 27 women to 1 man, or 18 women to 1 man, or something down there right now. Couldn't find a wife. I can tell you right now, dudes in Birmingham, Alabama, when I was down there with Red Cross, they drive up to Atlanta on the weekends to find a girlfriend to bring them down to Birmingham. Come on now. Come on now. If this is good information, just put a 1 in the comments so I know. If you guys are following, if you enjoy the conversation so far, put a 1. Because we only started on the first 3. We only did consultant, credit, and YouTube. So, as long as the small town has decent internet connection, you can work easily. That's what I'm talking about. People try to play. That book, Frugal Woods, is a good book. because it predicted it long ago. All right, what's my other one? Hold on, let me see my other one. I got some more on my list. Okay, good information. Okay, I'll keep going then. I mean, if it's not good, I'll get off here, but I can ride around the top off some more. And my shoes off, because literally that's how I ride around. All right, so real estate, right? So people are like, man, I really want to get in real estate. I'm really trying to be in real estate, Erica. Smokehouse, no you ain't. He said North Carolina's good barbecue, not sure about the women. Don't you do it, Smokehouse. You about to be timed out. No. Real estate, okay? Leads, cash in, cash out, relationships, right? So if I sit here and I go, look, you want to be in real estate, you want to be the biggest thing in real estate, keep it simple. Go get your page. Hey, I want to buy or sell your home, whatever, right? Real estate agent, whatever you want to do. Keep it simple. Have a landing page. Go to RIA events. Freaking 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Get completely immersed. Go deep. Go to lunches. Go to lunch meet. Because listen, when you start getting real estate, you'll notice there's a lot of luncheons. Why? Because most people can't afford to get away from their job to go lunch break. So it's going to do what? Exclude people who won't have the freedom of time, 1. 2, you're going to have only certain type of people at that luncheon. That's why they make them. They don't do dinners. They do a luncheon. Pay attention, because they want a particular type of people in the room. So you get there, real estate is all about relationships. Hands down. Now, people go, oh, Erica, I would love to own a bunch of rentals. Hold on, Lee. I'd love to own a bunch of rentals. I tell you every day, I run into people, just because of the circle I am in, where people own 20 rentals and their life is still a dumpster fire. They just have more money. And I keep telling y'all this, but y'all don't believe me. I'm meeting people right now with 20 rentals. They getting about 17, 15 grand, sometimes less, sometimes more. They life ain't organized, so their business is organized. Right? So what is happening is, people think they're going to go into real estate and their life is going to solve all their life problems. But that's not true. But anyway, let's say you want to go in real estate. Real simple. You're going to go, and this is the freeway, right? This is the freeway. You're going to go on Eventbrite right now. If you're in real estate, you're like, Eric, I want to kill it in real estate. I want to go ham in real estate. I told you guys multiple times about the Devin dude story. Devin the dude, he's white, and his name is Devin. I know, it's crazy. And it's spelled black, too. It's like DEVAN. In Nashville, Tennessee, you can find him. Bigger Pockets interviewed him. You know what he did? He sat down and got called on the phone. 82 developers in Nashville. His mom, I think his grandma died. I don't want to be inappropriate, but his grandma or grandpa died, left their mom like $60,000. So she like, I'm so sick of work. I'm sick of it. My back hurting. I want to get out of work. And she young mom. He goes, Mom, wait. Don't use the money. I'm going to call all the developers out. I'm going to go get us some real estate. We're going to flip a house with that money. Boy's 23 years old. Thank God for him. His mama listened to him. She didn't use the money. She just sat on it. He called 82 developers all around town. And you can go on Bigger Pockets to watch the better version of this story. I'm butchering it, but at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying. So he's on the phone. He's calling. And he's like, man, I'll get you, I want to work for you. I want to go to lunch with you. And a lot of them did. They let him take him to lunch. He bought their lunch. He ended up meeting with, I think, about 3 people. And he said, listen, I'm going to get you leads. And what did he do? He did direct mail like crazy. Thank you, Andre Hatchett, for the $5 super chat. He did direct mail like crazy. He called. He cold called. He even had a team of people. So 2 guys paid him $3,000 each to do all the direct marketing, paid all the direct marketing out of that, and do calls all day. And that's what he did. Calls and direct marketing all day, all night. Calls and direct marketing. By the time I think he did, it's, if you go look it up, it's 23 deals in 1 year at 23 years old. So when people sit here and say, Erica, oh man, I can't make 10 grand a month, I'm like, I don't know why. The information's out there. You're just following it in the wrong order. And you're not giving yourself a system. So again, I told you, if you really want to kick your butt off and go look up Devin in Nashville, Tennessee, this isn't me. He's not paying me any affiliate money. Just go check it out. And thank you for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. You have to go follow a system. and follow it to the T. I told you guys about a friend I have in Austin, Texas. He's probably seen this and pissed off. He paid $50K to learn how to wholesale. To this day, Nina's like, what? I know, we didn't know till he told us afterwards. But then he said, you know what? I'm not going to be embarrassed that I made a mistake. I'm going to get off my butt and I'm going to follow what they said to do. And homeboy had 4 houses at one time he was rehabbing. And if they all sold at one time, he was going to have $1 million in cash in his bank account. That was a year and a half after doing it. Thank you, Treasure Rose, for a $2 super chat. Andre Hatchett, you want 10K a month? Pick something and stick with it. Point blank, period. Facts on facts on facts. Okay? Thank you, Marcus, for the $10 super chat. Thank you for all information. Thank you, Marcus, for supporting the channel. But if you tell me, Erica, I want to be the biggest thing in real estate, and I'm going to say, what town you in? I'm in Houston. I want you to go on Eventbrite today. I want you to find 20 events. And you're going to go 20? Yes, 20 free events that are going to have real estate people there. Get in the room. Go in there. Find them. Go to the events. Find one thing you want to do. If you want to flip, flip. If you want to hold, hold. If you want to do wholesale, wholesale. But it needs to be 100% in. I remember this guy, I was going to buy a property from him. I said, what do you do? He said, well, I buy, I hold, I flip. He couldn't give me in one sentence what he invested in or what was his previous. So I'm like, I can't bring you to my investment club and offer deals from you because you're not even concrete on what you do. I'm Erica Williams. Classy Client Blog. I teach you how to invest from your freaking phone in businesses, real estate, and other people. Period. That's what this channel is. That's what it consistently does. That's how it makes 40 to 50K a month. Because I come to you, give you this information. You do what you want with it. I've done over 6,000 paid phone consultations. Helped a lot of people. The simplest thing I've asked in return, hey, can you do a video testimonial? You can go on LinkedIn right now and see I have at least 100 recommendations. You know what I mean? Know what you do, consistently focus on what you do. Thank you, King Nick, for the $6 super chat. I got my mom at 60 years old, sub to your channel weeks ago. We're already making moves. Congratulations, King Nick. That's what's up. But if you tell me you want to be big in real estate, tell me what you particularly want to do. Know where you're at, though. Know where your money and your credit looks like, because that's important. Go over there to every 20% of if you write down 20 events, you go to all those events, I promise you the same people in the room are going to see you over and over and over. And you know what they're going to say? Man, what are you trying to do? And I remember this girl met me at the We Live in Dallas, Texas. And she was like, I just learned about Max Maxwell. I just started watching the videos. You know, I don't know what to do. I said, you know what you need to do? And I don't want to hurt your feelings. You need to go work for somebody in this room. Somebody that's already got a system going and they're willing to pay you $10, $12 an hour to make phone calls or knock doors. You need to do it, baby. That's what you need to do. And I know she thought I was crazy, but I'm like, there's people that I know personally. For 6 years, they've been looking online and I don't know, and maybe, and they have not made money yet. Done the finance guy. Erica, I've been a financial advisor for a while, and I just figured out YouTube and financial coaching is better. Financial coaching is better. Well, guess what? Where do you get your leads from? If you're on YouTube, where do you get your financial leads from? Let's just be honest. YouTube. Right? When someone says this is better than that, I'm a specialist in this. Right? Specialist in telling people with small channels how to make $1 million. That's what I'm a specialist in. So if you're a specialist in financial inviting, where do you get your financial leads? It's just, that's all. That's all. Networking is crucial. Handyman, there's a whole playlist of tax lien sites, and there's a tax lien course. Go get on the tax lien playlist on this channel and go watch those. If not, they're in the course. So anyway, like I said, but for real estate, that's what you would do. You would just go, because by the time you go to about 10 meetings and you see the same people making a move, you're going to have a group of 10 or 2 to 3 people. They're going to be your new friends. They're going to be your new buddies in Houston or Dallas or wherever you are right now. They're going to be your friends, and you're going to roll with them, and you're going to push hard with them. That's what you're going to do. I promise you. I've seen this happen over and over. My mastermind groups I've been with, I literally come home the next 2 weeks after that mastermind. I follow up and talk with the people from the mastermind way more than everybody else. Period. Literally, like over and over and over and over and over and over. That's what I'll do. Okay? So that was real estate. All right. Anybody got questions on real estate? Let me know. Trey, I'll hit drivers up soon. Hold on. Offline services. What are offline services? Painting, plumbing, lights, whatever. You know, whatever you want to do. This lighting is terrible. Hold on a second, y'all. I hate it when the lighting gets bad. Hold on. We got to move around. Because the lighting is not the business. Look at y'all. Y'all getting all this good treatment. I'm moving the car around. I'm parking in different locations. So I can give y'all, look at that lighting just switch up like that. You see how the lighting just switched on us? Oh yeah, it's better. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Will this lighting be better or worse? Let's see. It's about the same. Just a different angle. It's about the same. Anyway, just want to switch up a little bit. Let me see here if I pull back. Yeah, a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Hair's wild anyway. All right. Let me go in here. All right. Offline services, plumbing, painting, any services you can think of that can be associated with HomeAdvisor. If you can get yourself connected with HomeAdvisor, keep it simple. Like I'm giving y'all super simple. HomeAdvisor, and then 2, go on Craigslist gigs every day. Craigslist gigs every day. Now people say, Erica, that's ridiculous. No, I'm serious. Craigslist gigs every day, HomeAdvisor. Your phone will blow up for 90 days straight. Yes, it's going to cost you some money. That's just what life is. HomeAdvisor will cost you some money. There's other ones, Painting Pros and all the other stuff. Yes, Trace, I do. Because I am the commercial. But if you're in the YouTube course, you'll know what I'm talking about. So in those offline services, that first 90 days you work with HomeAdvisor or Painting Pros or a couple different companies out there, and you go on Craigslist every day responding to people for, hey, they want painting or they want something done, or TaskRabbit, any of these. You build up your client base for 90 days, and then you just ask for recommendations or referrals to anybody else you know. The number one thing you get when it comes to doing painting at people's house, thank you, James Salmon, for the $5 super chat, is once the job is done, their friends come over. Their friends come over and see the painting job. Who did you use? Now, let's just keep it honest. They friends may not have wanted to paint at their house, but they don't sure want to be nosy. So they're going to ask you, how much you charge? Well, man, we love working with people depending on the budget of the house. We'd love to come by, give you a free estimate, and we can tell you some good prices, right? Because they want to be nosy. But you didn't give them the price over the phone, right? You give them a range. Now, you follow up with them probably every 2 weeks or once a month. Trust me. From January to April, some people will make $300,000 in gigs and jobs and construction and stuff and tax liens and tax credit and cleaning up people's credits from January to April. Because why? It's tax time. Why do you think, and I'm not knocking them, but they're sitting here promoting really hard Jumping Jack's tax franchise at the end of the year. All the last 3 months, all you've seen Dana and her husband talk about is Jumping Jack tax, Jumping Jack tax, over and over. Why? Because if they can sell enough franchise spots from January to April, all their franchisees will what? Make money. Okay? If it's still good information, just drop a 1 so I know I can keep going. I done moved the car. We done roll around the parking lot. All right. E-commerce. I got trucking. I ain't gonna forget about y'all. I wrote it down. All right. Yeah, he been pushing that franchise every day hard on Instagram. And people be like, man, I don't want to be salesy every day. Trust me, if I really went out here and pushed hard for the YouTube course like I believe it will help people do, y'all be like, Erica, get off the internet. Okay? But e-commerce, really super simple. Again, that's me saying it from my perspective. All these things are just pick one and hammer it to death. All right? Commerce. Shout outs, marketing, Teespring, Printful. Thank you so much, Andre Hatcher. I really appreciate that. And Shopify. Now, people were all Shopify crazy. Oh, Shopify. And then they're like, oh, wait, I still have to run ads to it? I still have to get traffic to it? Oh, my God. That's crazy. But that's business. That's life. Thank you, Ben the Bartender, by BizSell, the great website we love sharing on this channel. E-commerce. Now you can literally go see Beheza. I'm killing his name. Biheza. I may be spelling it wrong. I apologize. No disrespect to him. And what you'll do is you'll go and he talks about shout outs and how you only pay for shout outs via PayPal. Like, I'm giving y'all a whole course right now, and I know I am, and that's why I'm laughing about it. But he'll teach you how to go get shout outs from influencer pages. Now, guess what? Why is this important? A lot of these influencers are like, I need money. I got all these people watching me in my swimwear and I ain't got no money. And this is men included, because there's been a lot of little dust ups, but I'll leave that alone. And I'll give you an insider secret. Most of these protein shake companies and bodybuilder.com, I'm not crapping on them, but they only pay those guys $1,500 to $2,000. That's it. So if you're living in California because you want to be a YouTuber in California, your rent is more than $2,000 a month. You can't live off the protein shake affiliate money of $2,000 a month. You can't do it. I promise you. Gymshark giving you all this free gym clothes, but you ain't got no money. You can't live off free Gymshark clothes. Okay? Correct? You need money. So I'm going to try to leave this one up, but you know, if Skynet eats it, they'll eat it. But I'm going to try to leave this up really hard. If all else fails, I'll move it to private or unlisted. So when it comes to shout outs, this is the #1 way these guys make money. That's it, Josh. A lot of them can't brand themselves. They don't know how. They don't have all those skills. Like, I remember being at Grant Cardone's 10X downstairs with the credit ninja behind me. She's an amazing woman, great businesswoman, and 2 other girls who are Instagram influencers. I saw one girl, I saw her page, I was like, man, that's all? Are you kidding me? That's all? She sold $12,000 a month in affiliate marketing and sponsorships. And now she was like, I got to build a course. Other girl used to be a former boxer, Colombian, beautiful. I mean, she has all the Spanish features. She looked like a mini Shakira. She was creating a gym line similar to Gymshark. Why? Because they all realize they can't live off that money. They can't live off that affiliate money. They got the taste for the rich life and they need more, right? So first things first, you know they need money. You know they need money to live. To live the life they kind of want, to be honest, you need about $5,000 to $10,000. They do a lot of free vacations. You know, a lot of people got mad at me in the comments when I started talking about first class tickets and how, you know, if the people in the comments actually educated themselves instead of trying to attack me for living a successful life, they will see that if I use my American Express business card, I get 33% back on my first class flight tickets. Let me say that again. If they were so busy not attacking me for saying I'm successful because I ride first class tickets, and yes, my ticket to Japan is $5,000, but they missed the part where I said that I'm going to get 33% back because I use my American Express. See, they didn't hear that part. All they want to hear is, well, Eric up here flexing on us, talking about riding in first class. Yes, I put all my family members in first class. And I have some more coming out in February, and I'm going to make sure I take a picture of all that too. You dig? You dig? Okay? So there you go. Now, with that being said, back to my original point. These people need to live. How do they live well? Shout outs. I know people don't think it's that important, but this is how they make money. This is how their business thrives. This is how when somebody says they're an influencer, or they start getting a little bit more smarter about their business, they call themselves a consultant. Okay? If you sell a shout out to me for 24 hours for $50, how many days a year or in a year? Let's do 365 days, y'all. 365 days times $50 is what? $365 days times $50 is what? Please put it in the comments. Everything by John. I'm not at trucking yet. I will answer your question when I get to trucking. 18,250. Now do 365 days times 100. 18,250. Yep. Now double that, of course, that's 365. I know, it's $36,000 a year. Now, you're gonna say that's all? But that's just on the post staying up 24 hours. Now flip it to their Instagram stories. That's also $100. So now you're talking about, you can do like 4, 5, 6 Instagram stories a day. So let's do $36,000 times 5 stories a day. How much is that, y'all? $36,000 times 5. Put it in the comments. Yeah, that's just one. And that's just one stream of income. Now do $36,000 times 5, y'all. $182,000. 182,500. Yeah. So if you do 36,500 times 5, about, yeah, you're talking about almost $200,000 to do what? All day long. Now listen, and let's be honest, some of these people get to the point where they have 2 and 3 Instagram accounts. Think about it. They got 2, 3 Instagram accounts, and it's all pictures of them, modeling milkshake drinks and bikinis. And their other Instagram page is all of them traveling. Let's do the math. 200,000 per page. Let's do the math. And at that point, they're doing what? Hiring their siblings. Okay? Hiring their brothers. Hiring 1 or 2 affiliates to work for them. That's right. You got to do due diligence, because scammers. That's right. Again, watch Behez's video. That's why you always use PayPal, goods and services, because if they don't pay, you send PayPal after they ask. And this is how you know somebody's a scammer. I can't use PayPal anymore. They locked my account. Oh, okay. Where's your merchant services? Where's your merchant services account? You should have a Stripe account. You should have other accounts that I can pay you with. That's how you know somebody's not legit. Listen, there's one girl, I'm not knocking her. I talk about it in my Facebook group. Instagram is giving her 42% engagement. She don't even know what to do with it. She didn't even fill out her website right. But she's learning every day. I can see it in her eyes. Like again, y'all don't see it when I'm not on here, but I spend about 3 hours a day in 3 different courses, just dropping about an hour, concentration, learning the system. So my staff, they watch particular videos, training into the same course, that we're all on the same page. Like, okay, so look, this is the ads we're running. This is where we're trying to make it go. Boom. This is our overall goal for 2020. This is how many podcast interviews I need to do this year. This is how many magazines I need to do this year. This is how many PR things we need to do this year. It's a business. But when you're first starting out, it's just you taking all these pictures on Instagram. $180,000 a year ain't too bad. So again, I did all that conversation, which seemed like a long way around. But I did all that conversation to say, if you have an e-commerce shop and you're like, I got t-shirts, I really want to sell them so bad, Erica. Or I got these Teespring cups or t-shirts or whatever, something trendy. You call up these influencers, you find what? 10 to 12 in a day. Test it all out, do a launch, or spread it out. Right? That's the thing. Spread it out. And get these shout outs on top of the marketing you're already doing on Facebook and other places. You spend a few dollars on Facebook a day. Teespring, you sell what? Sell 50 to 100 shirts. Getting $11 off a shirt. Not bad. And some of y'all are very creative. Some of y'all can come up with 100 different t-shirt ideas. Okay? There's in Austin, Texas, they have a warehouse. I would love to see if I could try to go by it. But it's those boutiques online. All these girls that have these boutiques online, and I'm saying it very country, but boutiques online where they make dress, they make clothing. All they got to do is go get on Jane.com or one of these big discount websites. Now, if you're ever on Facebook, you'll see ads running all day like, hey, do you want 90% off this furniture? 9 times out of 10, it's like a Wayfair.com. Now, imagine Wayfair.com for clothes, like Jane and a few other websites. They have the same exact thing. So all you got to do if you run in one of those small boutiques is like, hey, mom and aunts, I'm getting ready to sew up like 50 dresses. I'm getting ready to order 50 dresses from overseas and get them here or whatever. Most of those women actually make a lot of the clothes, which is interesting. locally. They make them here in America, which is interesting. But I'm gonna sell these dresses on Jane.com. Jane.com is gonna run a special. I'm gonna say the dresses are $99. Jane's gonna sell them for $29, $30 a pop, which I think I paid one time I was on those websites, $40 a dress. I realized when I got the dress, it was nice. Don't get it twisted, but that dress was probably $9 worth of fabric, if that. Sewed up real super cheap. But I'm very simple in what I like to wear on a casual basis. So when I saw the dress, it was hugging the hips right. I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. Even though I can tell this fabric was made for like $9. And it didn't look cheap. That's the crazy part. It didn't look cheap at all. But I knew it wasn't expensive because I knew the texture of the fabric. When I went to go get it dry cleaned, the lady was like, oh yeah, this is nice. Did you make this? I was like, no, girl, I didn't make it. But all that to say, if they told Jane it was $99, Jane tells you it's half off and you're getting it for $49, and then Jane takes $9 off and tell you it's $40, how much do you think that girl at the back end made? She made at least half that, right? So she's making anywhere from $30. Let's be honest. She told Jane it was $100, so Jane's making her give a huge discount. She making $30 off each dress. She sells 100 dresses. Let's just be honest. She sells 1,000 dresses because honestly, it's a huge website. They usually sell out. She made $30,000 off one dress. One dress. That's just one dress, one color. Right? Stay focused. Don't get lost in the conversation in the chat about Ryan's toys. Stay focused. But that's just how that works, right? You can go on Wayfair.com right now and they'll have one piece of furniture that they'll sell over and over at a discount. Now you know that couch is not running out, right? But the way those emails work, it does seem like it is. So I hope I didn't lose all of y'all there. But again, e-commerce, much simpler than you think. A lot of it is getting in front of a lot of eyes. That's why people want to do Amazon FBA. That's why people want to go where it's easy, where the traffic. Again, when people talk about Udemy, Erica, what do you think about Udemy? I don't believe you should be putting all your chips into a third-party platform. You can have $1,000 course, and I've seen it. You can go on Udemy right now and see it. And excuse me, I didn't mean to burp there. Udemy will have a course that's $1,000. Talking about they got 80% off special. You can get it for $200. Now, if you have a course that's $1,000, it's got some information in there. I wouldn't want my course selling for $200 if I was selling for $1,000. But the only way you can control that is if you have your own website, you have your own links, you have your own Think a Different Teachable, and you're driving your traffic. Most people go, but Erica, if I put on Udemy, I get a lot of sales. That's because there's so many eyes on Udemy daily. Because they drive a lot of traffic. Do what? Ads themselves. So anyway, what's my next one? Some of y'all were bring your truck questions. If you had a truck question, now's the time because I'm looking at my paper. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they take so much from your profits. Exactly, because they spend so much money marketing. It's like Amazon. You're literally just a vendor. You're putting something on a shelf inside Food Line or Harris Teeter. That's what you're doing. That's it. Okay? I believe it offers more value than Teachable. Teachable just does a lot of more marketing. Which Freightliners are the best to get? Oh, God. Not like that deep of a question. Introductory courses on Udemy, then for your advanced courses on your website. True, people do that. But how many people are going to get off Udemy and actually go find you? I actually sit there and Google a person and see if they teach anywhere outside of Udemy just to see for myself. But not many people, I hate to say it, not many people do that. All right, so when it comes to trucks, most easiest thing. Somebody said, John asked, is it better to buy in January? Hell no. When is the best time to buy a car right now? Before December 31st. Why? Because they're trying to get all the money they can. They're trying to get all the money they can right before the year ends out. Again, people, Christmas time, the reason they call it Black Friday is because they get into the black on Black Friday. All the people come in rushing for Christmas. That's how they would get back into the black. The reason I went to go look at trucks with my nephew, one, is he was there in town, and two, they just got 300 or 350 trucks from Maverick. So I was like, I need a good deal. They were like, man, Miss Williams, I mean, You squeezing us. I was like, I wanted 30K to 50K. I needed 30K. I needed closest to 30K as you can get it. And they can do it. Why? Because before December 31st, they need that money. They need that money. So the person, John asked me, is it better to buy trucks in January or now? No, now, because they know when it's January, February, March, it's tax time, and they can get you for the down payment. Okay? Right now in December, they're hurting. They need your money. What also happens in December? Truck accidents, snowing, new drivers don't really drive that much. Veteran drivers sometimes don't even drive in December because they ain't got to. Right? If something happens to their truck, they're going to wait till what? They're going to wait till they get their insurance checked, and the insurance company going to drag their feet through the end of December and give you your check in January. So again, you're competing in January with people who got tax refund, insurance, accidents from snow truck accidents. Because trust me, that pileup they just had in Virginia with 63 cars, pretty sure there's some trucks in that one too. So when it comes to trucking, someone asked me, well, how'd you get all these trucks? Again, personal money. Which 18-wheelers? I don't know. I think International is the one somebody complained about. Peterbilts look nice. Peterbilts have been... Volvos, to me, even though they're nice and they complain, they say they have no problems with Volvos, at the end of the day, Volvos have a lot of problems too. And only Volvo dealerships can fix them. How many trucks do we have right now? I will say 12 to 15. Because in the process of probably returning, and I'm not going to say return, I mean exchanging a truck for a newer truck because of previous problems. What I think about hot shops and car hauling, it's just a gig. Let me just be very clear. Any of these things you choose, if you hammer it, you can make 10 to 20K. To be really honest, you just have to get absolutely immersed. Tech startups is bigger industry than trucking. I'm sorry, I'll put it to you this way. Trucking is not going anywhere. If anybody saw this, Ty Lopez just put out a thing across all his platforms. If you know anybody that has a 8-figure to 7-figure trucking business, I even shared in the community tab, and he wants to buy a trucking fleet. And if you have a liquid $400,000, DM him. Ty Lopez is not stupid. Ty Lopez knows he has probably 1 million followers. And out of that 1 million loosely followers, he's got a solid 50,000 people in business that have money like I do, or have a lot of credit cards or business lines of credit, and would go, oh, Ty Lopez is about to buy 15 trucks, a seven-figure trucking business. Oh, I'll give him the 400,000. If it's Ty Lopez, he's gonna beat the crap out of it. He's gonna make it do what it do. Do you understand that? That's why when people sit here and try to convince you trucking and everything that touches your city is got there by a truck. If it did not get there by a truck, it got there by a train. But guess what happened when the train got there? A truck came to meet it and got it off the train. Terrell Jennings, yeah, did it say 8-figure? Yeah, the post I shared in the community tab, I think it said 8-figure. Or 7-figure. Go look it up. I think it said 8-figure. I think it said something ridiculous. Yeah, trucking will never be over. It's the key to economics in this country. Now, take your butt over to India. Trucking's big there too. Take your butt to Africa. Coca-Cola truck drivers get paid amazing because they're delivering in all kind of places. The trucking investment group is not open. No, it's not. I'm closed. That's for the end of the year until the spring. And in the spring, we're really not even focusing on trucks. We're focusing completely on, for me, and we got to do some voting between the groups. Unless we can get a Halliburton contract or a big contract, government contract, nah. I'm going to go work on some commercial property. And there's something I'm in the works with, but I can't share it yet. So thank you everything, John, for $2.99 super chat. Keep going, get good. What's a good investment to start with, trucking related, in your opinion? Keep doing what you're doing. $4.99 Smokehouse. What do you mean? What's a good investment? Explain to me. Do you mean like dump trucks or trucks? What do you mean? Rephrase your question. What mindset coaches do you recommend? I don't follow the whole mindset coach. I'm a big action taker, but that's because of where I've already been developing and prepping myself for years. Does that make sense? The reason that, like, the company I have now, even when I don't do videos, even that it's making sales off videos 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, is because it's a system. It's just not me pumping it or me spending ad money. So again, the books, I've listed a lot of books over the old videos and channels. I don't have any off the top of my head. When y'all see my new office, you'll see the books on the shelving behind me though. What else y'all have? Best mileage are lightweight trucks. Under 500,000 mileage. How do I hire drivers? I don't. A third-party company does. Don't get internationals. I'm seriously. Dedicated mechanics to work on them, for real. How can I make $10,000 as a company driver? Be a team driver. Trey, you need to be on a team. Honestly, baby, you need to be on a team. Like my team drivers, I've seen them drive 6,000 to 8,000 miles in a week. If you want to make closer to 10K, that's how you're going to do it. And honestly, owning your own truck. More than half the cars for sale at Fort Belvoir are sold, gone after Christmas. That's right. What else? What else? Am I missing anything? If I'm missing it, you better say something. What are your thoughts on fun rides and Reits? I'm going to do a 30-day review video. Well, probably a 60-day at this point. Review video on fun rides. If you guys saw it in the stories, I posted about it. Thank you, Everything John, for the $2.99 super chat. I'll be doing a 30-day review of it. But I remember from the top of my head, when I put the $1,000 in fun rides, I think it put me in like 27 positions. I think it did. What do you feel about automatic Tesla trucks? $2 super chat. Again, y'all, every truck that has been automatic has killed somebody. If you really want to be absorbed in trucking like you guys are asking me, go sit down and read nothing but trucking articles for the next 3 weeks, and you will see that you guys have, every truck they've tested has killed somebody. You're not going to have automatic trucks. That's literally 20 years away. Between the lobbyists and the positioning, like if I could just make sense. The company that just went down, what, anybody put it in the comment, the company that just they had 4,000, Celadon. They were making, if you go look at the article, actually go read the article, I think they were making somewhere $100 million a year. And they were on the hook for fraud for $33 million a year. So they were closer to $200 million a year. I mean, that's just a trucking company. Do you understand? Like, there was so much fraud going on that the government was like, yo, fine them. They're getting all kind of fines. There's all these other little small companies out here making millions. If I could show you some of the numbers that the 15 trucks do. I know Celadon with 4,000 employees was making multi. It was almost $1 billion company. But fraud is what got them. And their business owners, their CEOs are only 33, 35, and I think 37. So if you sit here and ask me, what do I feel about truck? You're not going nowhere. There's too many heavy hitters paying a lot of money to lobbyists to keep it afloat. Loveys, these gas stations, they pay a lot of money to lobbyists. Okay? These tire companies pay a lot of money to lobbyists. Y'all don't believe the hype. I get it. You're on the lower level of something. You're not at the top of something, seeing where people are paying thousands of dollars to lobbyists to keep this thing going. And I get it. And this is part of the reason I do these videos. Part of the reason I do these trainings is, prime example, I was going to bring this up in another video, but I didn't want y'all to think I was going crazy again. The girl from Pitch Perfect, beautiful girl. Pitch Perfect girl was on Twitter or something like that, and a hockey player, think about it, hockey player making a lot of money, messaged her a flirty tweet. And the internet was like, oh my God, that'd be so cute if they got together. The power of proximity. He has money. She's a movie star. She has money. His thought is, I'm a man. I'm attracted to you. I have money. They're not in proximity with each other. They're not in the same circles. Right? Like you saw Carrie Underwood, country music singer, top of the charts, #1 almost woman country singer right now. The guy she's with is like a multi-million-dollar hockey player. And even he had to move from where he was to move to Nashville, Tennessee, to play on a hockey team in Nashville, Tennessee, to be in her sphere. So I'm saying all that to say, like, when someone sits here on YouTube and say, well, this is happening in trucking, I'm on the inside. I'm on the inside, and I'm even on the lower tier on the inside, looking at people higher up than me, and can tell you, I promise you, people are dumping millions of dollars in lobbyists. They ain't going nowhere. Look at Elon Musk. He's smoking weed every day, exhausted because he's fighting an uphill battle against what? Lobbyists. Okay? Makes sense? Cool. Do you still follow Brad Sumrock? Yes and no. I haven't been to any more events. I'm actually in 2 other people's investment club for apartments and trying to buy mobile home parks, along with my own. The best way to say it to you guys is, at any given time, I'll have a solid 2, at max 3 people I'm really in tune with. And what do I mean in tune? I'm listening to their stuff every day. I am working on a project with them, kind of thing, every day. And if that person doesn't fit into that category, which I'm not even telling you who the 3 are, but if you're on the email group, if you're in the email list, you'll see it. You'll see some of the connections that I'm like doing masterminds with, buying property with. If you go back and look at my Belize video, you'll see that guy. That's who I'm working with. I mean, there's certain people I sync up with and build with, and that's it. So not closely. I've been to his events. I'm not so much in a lot of the group stuff anymore. Dumas Bacchus, I already said it at the beginning of the video. It's U.S. credit card something. Go look back on the old credit videos. Should I get a sleeper? Depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to haul. Jay Israel, you're literally going to have to get, right now, go on Indeed.com. Type owner-operator, hiring owner-operator. Call every single company under there. That's how you do it, Jay Israel. Every single company, ask them the question, do you guys hire drivers for the owner? That's it. Call every single one. Do you have any more lives before your sabbatical? No, after December 31st, that's it. I'm on my break, baby. Any people getting in contact with me are going to be those who have a few consults, because I know I didn't forget about you. There's some people who had already prepaid and filled in the calendar link for the consults before I cut it off. Because if you notice on some of the websites, I took down some of the consulting pages. The only people that's going to get a quick phone call with me are people who are going to do a 1 to 3 minute video testimonial, saying either how some course I gave them helped them and you recommended to other people, or the Smartphone Millionaire book and how you recommended other people. I'm going to share those testimonials, and those people get a special link to a 15-minute free conversation with me. Other than that, doses. What's the minimum credit score you recommend before buying the funding course? There isn't a recommended. That's how I know you didn't read the... Listen, go back and read the funding course. It's called Alternative Funding Course. There's funding for even people with bad credit, good credit, all over the spectrum. For those of you in the email list, you'll start to see more stuff I have for you guys. A lot of people are waiting on permission to win. They're waiting on permission to go do something. And I see that even in my masterminds where people have $200,000 in credit, business lines of credit, and they're just sitting there with nothing. They're waiting on someone to give them permission or say they're ready now. You're ready whenever you take the wisdom and you go apply it. And you've even seen here in the comments, I've even shared in testimonials from the funding course where people got 100K. Automatic cars ain't even safe. They not. There's been several Teslas hit people and the driver was asleep. $8 million on a year is good, yeah. Would you finance a truck and trailer starting out? Why not? I mean, again, it's all about your position. Now, what you have to understand is, I've talked about it multiple times. In the trucking industry, they're charging outrageous interest because they know you need it, right? So you paying, there's some people I've seen pay $75,000 for a $40,000 truck because the interest is so ridiculous. Now, if you're on my email list, there is a salesman I recommend and a financing company I recommend, a broker actually, who can help you get better deals with low credit when it comes to trucking. But again, right now, the Power of Now book is important. Not that the book is so amazing, but it's the thought process. that many of you are like, I'm waiting, I'm gonna do it later, it's gonna be perfect later. And I know you won't do it, and I'm saying this with all love and no disrespect. A lot of you are asking questions on a permission basis. If you were in a position to have your money saved up, buy the Hood Estates course. I mean, they did a $99 Black Friday special. You watch the videos, you know the steps. Okay, now you call the salesman. Okay, now you're spending all your days calling third party companies. You would have already got this done. And I told y'all, part of the reason I started in January is I was shamed. Really, I'm not gonna lie. I was shamed because I went to a what's his name? Max Maxwell had an event in Houston. A guy came up and said, "Oh my God," and he had proof to prove it. "I watched your video. I bought the Hood Estates course, watched it in a day, went over to Navy Federal, got a $40,000 business line, well, personal line of credit, went over, got the truck, called the company. Company in Dallas was ready for me, had a driver. The driver met me with his bag, got in the truck, and it was gone that Friday." He did all that in a week and a half. And that's why I know when people sit here, well, but I'm just trying to do this or I'm trying to do that. You're either ready or you're not. And I can't convince you to be ready. You have to convince you to be ready. Make sense? Good or good? I mean, drop a 1 in the comments if this is still good. This is going on hour and 6 minutes. Like the sun's getting ready to go down. I got to finish this drive out with the top off while I can. But if it's good, put a 1 in the comments. Let me know it's good. I mean, there's likes. I appreciate it, but just let me know. Nah, you're not. No. Not 8 million with 15 trucks. That's not what I said, D'Anthony. That's not what I said. I said you can make millions with a fleet of trucks. So, David Ducan, I love Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is one of the best. One of the best. I do not advise or recommend the funding his capital company at this moment. And the problem is a lot of y'all don't read the fine print and the numbers. But I haven't been the only one who said something, and there's no point in, I mean, let me just put it this way, and I'm gonna say this, and it's not ugly, it's not meant to disrespect y'all. There are some people who can make a lot of money at their job, and they're really good at their job. But if you gave them a set of papers to invest, they would be like, I don't understand this. I don't know. They would be much better just being a private money investor and not a physical investor. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if you already know there's some people that can't handle investments on a big level, they can only pretty much give you some money and get 10% back in monthly checks. Even if they get fleeced at a high interest rate, a lot of fees, you know, there's nothing I can really complain about, because really, if they were, anytime you do a deal, you're going to get the best numbers if you do the deal. Point blank, period. If you're in control of the deal, you're going to get the best numbers. And that's all that is on that. Tanya, again, pick a thing, invest in it. It's fine. There you go, Smokehouse. Do it. The email list is always in the chat. It's in the descriptions. If anybody have seen it here, I'll put it in this after it renders as the top pinned comment under the comments. There, thank you, Anthony Bolton. Listen, I know these things, but people don't believe me. So Anthony Bolton, there's a former U.S. senator from Tennessee who co-owns Love/Pilot. Trucking isn't going anywhere. We can't base everything on an article. I know. People will read one article and be like, Erica, are you okay? I literally had friends go, are you okay? I see what's going on in trucking. I go, I'm doing great. They did $14,000 last week. What are you talking about? They're doing great. What are you talking about? Good money. Everything's going well. But because they're on the outside looking in and they're low information diet, you have to just take it with a grain of salt. Gia, what does that even have to do with anything? That's kind of weird. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. AM1, don't worry, we got plenty of Erica content coming. Thanks for answering my questions. Forward to your investment group opening and attending your boat party. Yeah, the boat party is going to be live. Now, if I can squeeze it in April, between April and May, where I'm going to be over in Europe for like a month, if I can squeeze it in, I will try to do a mastermind either like in Dallas, Texas, or Colorado, or somewhere where it'll be nice that way, or in the middle, right in the middle of the United States, so people can fly in, and we'll do like a mastermind weekend or something. Because I just, when you get in the room with go-getters and people who even took the time to come, it makes it good. It makes it good. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. King K, did you get an oil analysis on your trucks before you bought them? So for the most recent ones, what I end up doing is I found there's a third-party company, when they do their like their inspection of your truck, you can ask for that. And now that I have found that, honey, about to learn it all. Okay, listen, the last and even when I want to do the trade, there's 2 trucks I've had issues with, and I think the best thing to do is like trade them in. The third-party company I found in San Antonio can do it. Now, if I can find a third-party company in Arkansas, even better. But if I can, the one I found in San Antonio, I'm gonna hook it up, because I feel like there's been thousands of dollars spent on repairs that would have been avoided if I had known 1 or 2 things, right? But you can't know everything, and honestly, taking massive action is where it's at. Are your courses a tax write-off? Any investment you do, L. Wells, any courses you do, any educational stuff you do, any tax man you use is an educational purpose. It's educational write-off. Let me put it to you this way. The courses you take, if you go on Udemy right now, those courses are all educational write-offs. Anything you use to better yourself educational wise is a tax write-off. If you don't believe me, go grab a book. It's called 1001 Tax Incentives and Write-Offs for Businesses. Go to Barnes & Nobles right now. They only keep it in the Barnes & Nobles for like 2 months when it's tax time. So January to February, it'll be in there. But after that, you'll look for it. You won't be able to find it. You have to go on Amazon.com and buy it. It's a yellow book and a white book. The white book is 1001. The yellow book says 475 tax deductions, incentives, and breaks. Go read up on what's a educational tax break. Because a lot of y'all are out here like, can I deduct this off? If you actually take the courses and actually put in the work, you won't be so worried about a deduction. You'll be worried about making more money. And that's not being a smart ass. That's literally telling you, I've spent $75,000 this year, and I almost made 10x it back. So I don't sit here and nitpick and go, well, is this $7,000 worth it to be in this Facebook group and group coaching we do every Tuesday and Thursday together for months on end? Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. Made lots of money back. But see, people don't understand. I actually am one of those people that I'll go get the information and beat the crap out of it. I'll go use it. I'll go run an ad. I'll go test it. I'll go buy it. Listen, there are several people. Andre Hatchett and Money Madu came on one of my courses and talked about printable and t-shirt businesses. To this day, Annette's Worth, my guy from Brooklyn on Instagram, and a couple other people from that watch those videos. They have t-shirt businesses making an additional $30,000 plus a year. Annette's Worth was one of the sponsors for the boat party. If you guys have a hat from Annette's Worth, take a picture of it and tag me on Instagram. I'll make sure she sees it. Because we gave out, I think, 30 hats at the boat party. And this year, if I can, I'll buy more hats from her. When we were in Atlanta, one of the sponsors, Majestic Tees in Atlanta. Again, it's hard for me to convey it because it's a mindset piece for a lot of y'all. You got to get your mindset right. Your mindset is on the scarcity side of things when it should be on the positive. If you have a system, like everything I've talked about while I read over these, if you have a system and you hammer that system and you hire VAs, a couple assistants, a local girl paying her $12, $15 an hour, and all she's doing is going on Instagram and YouTube, replying to people that's followed up with you and replying to emails all day, some of y'all businesses would be making $250,000 to $300,000 a year. Because you can't do it all. But you got to let go of some stuff. You got to unlearn some of the stuff y'all guys put in your head. What else we got in here? Fund and Go will charge $3,000. They help businesses find funding. Honestly, if you're trying to spend $3,000 on Fund and Go and you haven't spent $450 for my funding course, I already know the issue and I'm okay with it. Same thing. The guy I'm going to recommend in the email list, there's a couple people I'm going to recommend to you guys and let you work with them, because I have a tendency to believe that, one, I love working with companies that's all they do all day. They specialize in that one thing all day, every day, just keep hammering it. They're really good. And two, I know what I know. And I know that I've been in the business industry enough that sometimes we like to look at certain faces do our work. Certain faces and certain type of people make sales for us or do phone calls or whatever, right? And so I can't always reach you, and I'm okay with that. Well, what I'll do is, for those of you who are on the email list, I'll recommend and refer and just tell America sent you. Honestly. And I might bring one or two of them on the channel so you can hear them talk, because I know some of you are ready for funding and you need $200,000 worth of funding, right? Or you need $100,000 worth of funding that's going to change your business and life for the next 3 years. Some of y'all, it's not the funding. You haven't even done the fundamental work yet to even know what amount do you need for funding? Where can you launch it, right? Again, you see a lot of these people online, but heads of these people, they'll listen to what they're saying. The guy worked his job, took $50 here and there on shout outs, did 3 shout outs, sold some shirts, and just recycled it over and over, right? A lot of this stuff comes from you taking action. Point blank, period. Mo A, if you're in London, get on the email list. They actually do a thing where they work on foreign credit. There's a whole segment on foreign credit. Is there a link to the email list? Yep, I got the course. That course. All right, everything, John. You should be working every step in that course so far. You should be working it. The alternative funding. What is your business? You need to know your numbers. Again, if you need to talk to me more than that, go ahead and book a consult. Money Madu? Yeah, Money Madu, Nigerian, out of Houston. People making 10K weekly with 2 trucks. I know. Listen, Sienna, they don't believe me. And Hood Estates even has testimonials every week. They'll post people from the group. Hundreds of people every week. Every week we posting people showing their money, showing the settlements from the trucks, and yet people be like, I don't know. It's like, all right, I can't. Your mind's not ready. I can't. Everything by John. Thank you for our new super chat. I lost my job right before Christmas. So here's the thing. Don't mess up your utilization, Moe. That's the only thing. When people will mess up their utilization and then try to go get business credit. And if you listen to any of my shows, what did I tell y'all? Don't mess up that personal utilization. The key to the game is a lot of people get up to 720 and then go get approved for $100,000 to $200,000 in business funding via credit cards, business loans, business lines of credit, personal lines of credit. I'm telling y'all. But if you lost your job, the first thing you should be doing is focusing on either, and this is no knock to you, but if someone calls me and say, hey, Eric, I lost my job before Christmas, I would be on Craigslist every day looking for gigs, looking for work. Then I would be driving for Uber and Lyft and Instacart. I would be, if I had a pickup truck, I'd be using Truck Buddy app in Texas. I'd be doing a lot of stuff. Not saying you would not be listening to YouTube, but I would be busy. I'd be a really busy, unemployed woman that would be doing a lot of work. Because what happens is people wait until they lose a job to try to set up all these networks and networking and stuff like that. The best thing I can recommend for you if you lost your job at Christmas is your LinkedIn needs to be fire. It needs to be on fire. Your LinkedIn, you need to be connecting with people, reaching out to people. Recruiters should be calling you every day from your LinkedIn. If your LinkedIn ain't straight, you weren't listening to the past shows I talked about. Done the finance guy. I'm going to agree and disagree, because here's the thing. Not everybody wants to be a REIT. Some people want to be an actual physical owner in that piece of real estate. A REIT is just a sheet of paper. That company can do anything they want. Again, I'm not going to go. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to leave that alone. Floyd Reits, how much it costs to get the truck, what you cost to buy the truck. Buy the truck, whatever it costs to buy the truck. That's how much it costs. So either you got the cash to buy the truck or you're going to be financing it. That's the cost to get the truck running. Like, there's no magic sauce here. We're not like making up anything. Ron B, the YouTube course is still open. When I go back to my mom's house, when I leave here, this area, when I ride around a little bit because it's starting to get a little cool, I'll send out an email to all the email lists of all the things available. Be like, the YouTube course is open. Here's the some other, well, I'm just going to just say the YouTube course is open. And here's the planner, maybe one other thing on the email. Keep it simple. But a lot of y'all, you're not ready for the bigger level funding. You're not ready for some of the other stuff. So, Tanya, if your credit is 520, you don't need funding. You need pre-sales. Let me make that very clear. Tanya said, I really need funding for my startup. My credit is 520. You don't need funding. You need pre-sales. What is your startup? If your startup has a product or service people want and they pay $30 per app, I'm just giving a rough thing. You need how many apps to sell? I mean, this is the thing. People are always like, oh, I need funding for this ideal. Either you, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to say it this way. Darius Cooks and all these people are making millions of dollars selling cookbooks before they even write them. A lot of people are selling lots of t-shirts before the t-shirts ever get printed. If you tell me you have a startup, you should be not here on my channel. Whatever your startup is, you should be completely immersed in what that startup is. If that startup is an app base, you need to be in every app community out there. They have scholarships all over. Just saying. And competitions to win scholarships. It's not the funding you need. Again, I want to say this over and over, but I think y'all don't believe me. It's not the funding you need. You need the pre-sale. You need to get your business started. You need to start your business. People cannot fund what they do not see. They cannot make investments in things that don't exist. Do you have a website? Even a landing page that says, hey, this startup is coming in 60 days. There's websites called Keever, not Keever, Indiegogo.com, any of these. I can list off a bunch of them. You can literally sell it, start your startup over there. If you have the Smartphone Millionaire book, in the book it even tells you about what websites you can invest in startups. Again, if you haven't gotten the book, at this point, I don't have much for you because it's like, I put it out there before. One aspect is not the whole industry, but that's just like anything. Okay, so let me put it this way, treasure rolls. One aspect is not the industry. I'm not going to disrespect you because that's not what I'm here for. But if you sit down at a computer for the next 3 weeks, don't talk on me, don't go on YouTube, don't go on Instagram. I want you to sit at the computer and for 3 hours a day, every day for the next 3 weeks, read every single article on trucking you can find. Then you can be able to talk about different aspects. That's all. I know you guys are watching Boom Bear Bust. This thing said this business is closing. Everything's bad. Again, I don't, and I don't want to be disrespectful because there's no need for it. But you're talking to a person who literally spent the last 52 weeks out of a year almost going to conference after conference, running multiple business, having staff, going literally neck deep in events, spending $75,000 in one-on-one trainings, one-on-one coachings, seeing the behind the scenes things of things. How much does funding cost? Where is the trucking industry going? Where is this going? Where is real estate going in this city or this state? I get it. You see me on YouTube. I'm some brown girl in a Jeep. You can't possibly know what one of those hedge fund guys knows. There's just no way, Erica. You're not a hedge fund person. But that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. So, with all respect I can give everybody here, that I can give them, you're not as deeply invested as I am. You're not literally sitting in the room with people who make $100 million to $200 million in different trucking industries, not just one. Because trust me, I sat in one with dump trucks, Sat in one with people who were going in the oil fields. And sat at one with people in trucking in Texas. Mostly local. So again, when people sit here and try to tell me, well, you're just one woman talking about one particular thing, you don't know what you're talking about, baby. That's all. And that's okay. Love you. Respect all of you. But you haven't invested the time. Me hopping on here is just a courtesy. That's why I'm going away December 31st. I have no time to push into a sea of people saying, well, maybe that's not right. Have you invested that much money and time in industry? Have you flown 42 flights this year to go to this particular one-on-one meetings for one freaking day, all day? No, you haven't. You haven't. So, okay. Thank you, Demetrius Flag, for $2 super chat. You know what? You'd have to reach my... David, you can reach one of my assistants at classyclimb@gmail.com. There's 3 other emails, but I think that one, he will reach out to me or forward it to me. But be very clear. Make it a very clear paragraph of what you're trying to partner with. Because if not, he'll be like, I don't know what this is about, Erica, and doesn't forward it to me. $2 super chat. Thank you, Kawanzi. Thanks for the info on tax book. Where do you find 20K homes in NC? On Craigslist. On Craigslist. Tax liens. Please tell the government wants you to get an education. I'm telling you. Yeah, check out the rural areas. Education, training, courses, certain supplies related to your job, all write-offs. They're all write-offs. Go to the IRS website first, then talk to a tax agent. Boom! Networking and business, building action. We all can eat. We really can teach a man to fish. You can only have 2 hours a day. Homeschooling mom, what do you do? If you only have 2 hours a day, what's something you can do, but also a VA could do that doesn't necessarily need you to touch it all the time? Is it a t-shirt business? Is it a mug business? Is it a, something, right? Got to find the time, make the time. Or partner with somebody who can make the time. Anthony Bolton, I'm telling you. Does my funding course go over grants available online? So, Levy, here's my big thing about people talking about grants. Get over it. Stop. I get it. Anthony Lesko has made a career out of commercials talking about grants. You literally, if you're, again, the same way I told you about real estate, go to your local town, go down to the community college, go into the community, all the stuff, go on Eventbrite. Everything your city offers for you to come and sit at, that's boring. It's 3 hours. At the end of it, trust me, that's where you're going to find your grants. That's where you're going to find your grants. That's where you're going to find your programs. And trust me, by the time you're doing all this researching for grants, you could have went ahead and got some credit cards and funded your business and went on down the road. Unless you're saying, Erica, I'm trying to build subsidized housing. I'm trying to build community parks for children. A lot of people searching for grants. I'm like, just give it a stop. It's the speed of things. It's a cost to things. You could take 5 years to get a grant from the city and it be big and it be beautiful and it do all this. But in those 5 years, what could you have done better with your time? That's all I'm saying. There you go. Yep. Listen, I will say that. There are things our government wants us to do that will benefit us. You, in the course of business, pay attention or look what Trump has done. Low income housing. Again, go get those 2 books. 475 tax write-offs and incentives. And another book is White and Blue, White Green, 1001. You'll read them and you'll be just mind blown. Erica, you're a great source of information and common sense. Thank you, Mr. McCoy, for the $5 super chat. Congratulations, DeAnthony. Get that dump truck. Millennium, go back and look at my video I did with Credit Irene. Go type up Erica Williams, Credit Irene. Go join her Hannah financial course. Fix your credit right there. Lizzie Hatch, consults right now, it's like before the prices change, it's like $600 for 1 hour, $400 for like 30 minutes. But if you already taken some of my courses and products, trust. You give me a video, 1 to 3 minute video testimonial, we'll do a 15-minute consult. That's what we'll do. I think it's February 19th. People in the group can tell. I think it's February 20th or 19th is the last live Q&A Wednesday. They might get one more, but so you better hop in there before February, end of February. Health, wealth, and real talk. Listen, I don't buy a truck and trailer. No, just buy the truck, just power. Trailer isn't worth it. Yes, I get my own plates. I do not listen. When you buy your truck, you need to control your vehicle. You need to have your plates. You need to go get your plates. They need to be done by you. You can be under somebody else's authority, but you need to get your own plates. Ben the Bartender, the YouTube course is fire. A bunch of brilliant action takers in there. Thank you. When are you having a course? What course? YouTube course? Hedge fund managers make billions a year. Incorrect. You are incorrect. See, this is how I already know somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. Right here. You don't know what you're talking about. Blaine Kawasi, a couple people are freaking hedge fund managers making $300,000 a year. $350,000 a year. And when they do their bonuses payout at the end, maybe $400,000 a year. You don't know what you're talking about. This is, again, people not knowing what they're talking about. There's several industries where literally there's a guy right now. Listen, perfect. Don't take my word on it. Go Google this guy. How to start your hedge fund. What's his name? Oh my God. He's on YouTube. He started getting famous. And he was like, he realized like people were overthinking what a hedge fund is. So he shows people how to start a hedge fund and interviews a lot of people. Harlem Capital, all these different companies that you guys are like, oh my God. I can't. I'll get myself angry. I'm not going to do it. I'm about to be Nicolas Cage angry here. Yeah, I mean, doom and gloom channels make a lot of money, but even the doom and gloom channels, if you see them, a lot of them are, look what they're talking about. I'm not calling the guy out, but he's talking about Amazon, making money off Amazon. One dude's talking about riding the stock market to make money while it's going up and going up. If he believes it's doom and gloom, he'll be telling you to get all your money and pull it out. Everybody says don't worry about the 1% that gets on your nerves, but it's like an avalanche every day. My staff takes about Alan and one other guy goes in my emails before I get up, because again, they do 8 to 5 American time, and they go in there for 2 hours just getting rid of emails where people are saying the most crazy stuff to me. You got to imagine, this has been 5 years of that. So, and I'm a woman and I'm a girl. There's just extra where people say stuff. Thank you, everything, John, for one super chat. Yeah, I've been to bartender. I'm too dark to know it. I'm too stupid. I mean, it works always to my advantage. I'll go to a meeting. They go, "Oh, are you an executive assistant for the company?" I go, "No, I own the company." And then they open up their mouth. One, I think out of guilt, and two, they're like, "Well, shit, if you're here and you're wanting to learn this knowledge," they just start pouring it on. Yeah. No, Treasure Rose, I wasn't going off, but I get what you're saying. I just was in the aspect of talking. What's your name on Fitbit? I'll add you. No, you will not add me on Fitbit. You will not be harassing me on Fitbit. I just bought 4 Classy Client planners. Can't wait. Congratulations, Crystal O'Neill. Landlocked parcel land. Are they worth purchasing? It doesn't matter, Smooth, because you can actually go to the city council and they'll make them build a land through there. They'll force the first other person, whichever one is closest to the road, they'll force that person to put a driveway through their land. Like they'll have to sell it to the city and make it a community driveway where you'll all get to use it. It's happened all the time in North Carolina. Thank you, Mocha Chin, for the $5 super chat. Amazon trucking, contracting, everything you say is true. What are the 2 books you name you must read? 450 something. I already repeated that. I'm not saying no names. I know, I can't. Bobby Dandridge, first things first. I have a, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not disrespecting you. Whenever someone says, well, I'm disabled, or I'm a woman, or I'm a single mom, what they're doing is giving me a moniker for me to like feel bad for them. And that's not a label you should take on yourself. You shouldn't start off your conversation with saying I'm disabled. You should say, hey, I am looking to spend maybe $200 max, or I'm spending $100 max. What can I get? For me, I'm going to tell you books. I'm going to tell you go focus on books. Go focus on products and services you can use. A lot of people have social disability, or what do you call it? Social Security. What do you call it? SSI check, depending on what how you're disabled. So you're going to have to do what? Work under the table, or you can't make over, if I'm not mistaken, $1,600 a month. That's North Carolina. It may be different for the state you're in. I don't know what state you're in, but I always tell people don't look at it from that perspective and don't label yourself that. Just go, hey, I'm looking to make an extra $1,600. That's the max I can make without losing my benefits kind of conversation. Thank you, Ray Gunn, 34 for the $2 super chat. Yeah, eminent domain. Getting under the table work is difficult. It's really not. It's not. Go on clearslist.com for gigs all the time. You can go on, not TaxRabbit. There's a couple other ones, but depending on what you do, yeah, you can get that. Listen, I don't pay my drivers. It comes out of the check, but essentially they've hired them at 45 cents a mile or 50 cents a mile. I think there's 2 older guys that make 55 cents a mile. But look, I gotta go. I gotta run. I've hit all my points. I'm tired. Yep, I'm done for the day. Mentally done. Yep, task right, hitting thumbtack. Plenty of opportunities to make money. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not lying about community colleges. They'll help you. They'll get you some of those grant programs and introduce you to local investors. You know, I'm not in NC. I'm visiting NC. I live in Austin, Texas. And I'm getting ready to ride around town so my hair can blow in the wind and I can relax. So thank you guys for being here. There's 159 likes. There's been 1,000 people coming in and out of the chat. All I ask you to do is hit the like button, and when this video renders, I will put the links underneath. If you're not on the email list, I really wish strongly suggest you should join them, because that's where my staff is going to be replying to people and answering a lot of questions. I'm going to put it under here when this video renders, because that's where Alan and Amy will be answering y'all questions. Your girl's out. Holla.